Hello everyone, this is P. Mallikarjun of Triple Department from St. Peter's Engineering College. In this video, I am going to discuss about the different techniques which are used to improve the power quality. Different techniques which are used to improve the quality of a power. So, before going to discuss about this topic, we will discuss about what is the need to improve the quality of a power. What is the need to improve the quality of a power? So as we have said earlier, there are different problems we are going to face if we have a poor quality of power. If there is a poor power quality, it may lead to the damage of the equipments which are connected to the system, or else there may be a chance of having different faults, or else due to the effect of this poor power quality, there may be a chance of having a harmonics, higher order harmonics in a system. Due to it, there may be a chance of having losses which reduces the efficiency of a system. Not only that, if we have a poor power quality, if we supply a poor power quality to a particular consumer or a manufacturer or for the purpose of utility, there may be a chance of having many issues with respect to the point of a customer. So customer might not be satisfied with the quality of power what you are sending to him. Why? Because the customer will always pay for the good quality of power. The customer will always pay for the what? Good quality of power. So he needs the power which is uninterruptible and which will not affect the life of the equipment. So in order to reduce the effect of poor power quality, we need to improve the quality of power which is supplied to the different utilities. Either it may be with respect to the point of a consumer, or else it may be with respect to the point of a manufacturer. So it is necessary to improve the quality of a power. It is necessary to improve the quality of a power. So there are different techniques. There are different techniques which are used to mitigate. Mitigate is nothing but reduce the power quality problems which are facing in nowadays. There are different techniques which are used to mitigate the power quality problems what we are facing in nowadays. The main techniques what we are going to use in case of a remedies to improve the power quality is, there are different techniques. The first thing is nothing but by using an active technique. By using an active technique, I can improve the quality of power, and by using the passive technique also, I can improve the power quality. So there are two compensation techniques which can be indirectly used to improve the power quality level. Indirectly used to increase the power quality level. What is the first technique? Active technique. And what is the second technique? Passive technique. What is the first technique? Active technique. So what is our today's topic? Remedies to improve power quality. Remedies to improve power quality. So in order to improve the power quality, we have certain techniques to mitigate the power quality problems. In order to improve the power quality, we have certain techniques in order to mitigate is nothing but in order to reduce the power quality problems. What is the first compensation technique named as? It is called as a active technique. The first technique which is used to reduce or mitigate the problems of power quality is nothing but what? Active technique. And the second technique is called as what? Passive technique. And the second technique is called as what? Passive technique. So by using these two methods, I can directly improve the power quality by reducing the power quality problems what we are facing. So now I will give a brief description about the active technique and passive technique. So active technique is nothing but it uses a PWM filters in it. Active technique is nothing but what? In a system, if we want to improve a power quality of a particular system, if we want to introduce an active technique to mitigate the power quality problems, we need to use what? PWM filters. PWM active filter should be used to reduce the problems of power quality in case of what? In case of an active technique. In case of active technique, in order to reduce the power quality problems, I am going to use active filters. PWM filters are nothing but what? Pulse width modulation active filter. By using this type of filters in case of a particular system, I can improve the power quality. I can improve the power quality. Now we will move to the next technique, that is passive technique. Now we will move to the next technique, that is what? Passive technique. Passive technique is nothing but, in this technique also we will use the filters. We will use the filters, and also there may be a chance of having a connecting a capacitor in it. We will use the filters, not only the filters, we are going to use the capacitor connections in case of a passive technique. You will use a shunt LC filters. Shunt inductive capacitive filters, and in order to improve the power factor correction, I can use a capacitor, and I can use a capacitor. So that is, if I want to improve the power quality of a particular system, I need to use the filters. Either it may be in case of an active technique, or else it may be in case of an passive technique. But in case of an active technique, I need to use a PWM active filter, that is pulse width modulation active filters. If I want to improve the power quality by using passive technique, I need to use what? Shunt inductive capacitive filters. And if I want to improve the power factor correction of that particular system, I can connect a capacitor in it. I can connect a capacitor in it. This is one of the methods, one of the compensated techniques which are used to reduce the power quality issues. And there are certain other techniques which are used to improve the power quality in a particular manner, or else to a particular extent. So these are the techniques which are not used to solve the power quality problems completely. So these are used to improve the power quality up to certain extent. These are the two techniques. Along with that, there are certain other techniques which are used to improve the power quality. In that, the next point is nothing but what? By using surge and lightning protection in a system. By using what? I can improve the power quality by using surge and lightning protection in a system. Surge and lightning protection in a system. So the first method is nothing but by using one of the compensation technique, I can reduce the power quality problems in order to improve the power quality. And what is the next technique? By using the surge and lightning protection. So there may be a chance of occurrence of surge with the help of lightning strikes, or there may be a chance of having a system generated. There will be two types of surges in general. One is lightning surge, and another is nothing but what? System generated surges. In order to reduce the effect of surge and lightning, I need to provide certain protection. So by providing that protection for surge and lightning also, I can improve the power quality. Coming to the next technique. So what is another issue is nothing but there may be a chance of production of harmonics in case of a system due to the effect of poor power quality. So you need to use what? By using harmonics rated CV. By using harmonics rated circuit breaker. So in order to improve the power quality to a certain level, I need to use a harmonics rated circuit breakers, or else harmonics rated panel boards, or harmonics rated transformers, This is one more technique which we use to improve the quality of a power. That is usage of what? Usage of harmonics rated CV. CV is nothing but a circuit breaker. So you need to design a circuit breaker according to the capacity of that particular current. And you need to design a different panel boards, and also you need to design a transformer in order to improve the power quality. There is one more technique which is used to improve the power quality of a system, that is by choosing a material of super quality. mainly the power quality issues are mainly due to the improper installation of an equipment or improper usage of an equipment. The power quality problems are mainly due to what? Improper usage of an equipment or improper installation of an equipment. Either it may be in case of household supplies or it may be in case of industrial applications. So, if you want to install a particular equipment, either in case of the household supplies or industrial equipment, the superior quality, super quality material should be used. So by choosing such type of material also, by choosing super quality material also, I can reduce the power quality problems to a certain extent. So by choosing a material of super quality, by choosing a material of super quality, I can improve the power quality level to a certain extent. And there is one more method which is used to improve the power quality, that is nothing but by using the oversized phase conductors. Normally there will be a particular size of each conductor what we are using in transferring the current or else in passing the current from one point to another point. There will be a particular size of a conductor. So if I want to improve the power quality to a particular level, I need to increase the oversized phase conductors to minimize the voltage loss. Suppose I am giving an example to explain this point. Suppose there is a conductor. Say there is a conductor where the current carrying capacity of this conductor is 20 amps. Just I am giving an example here. What is the current carrying? That is, what is the rating of this conductor? It is given as 20 amps. And the size of the conductor is nothing but it is of this finger size. Suppose whatever it may be the conductor, if it is carrying some amount of current, there will be a particular voltage drop across particular conductor at each and every phase. So in order to reduce the voltage drop or else in order to minimize the voltage drop, if I increase the size of this conductor of each phase, that will minimize the voltage drops occurred and it will increase the efficiency of a power transmission. So that will directly improve the quality of a power. So by increasing the or oversizing phase conductors, I can reduce the voltage drops. By increasing or oversizing the phase conductors, voltage drop will be reduced, which tends to the improvement of a power quality in a system. Not only these techniques, there is one more technique which is used to improve the power quality in order to reduce the power quality problems. There is one more technique which is used to improve the power quality to reduce the power quality problems. That is nothing but we need to separate the sensitive loads or different branch circuits. So there are different loads, you can connect it to a single circuit. So if there is a separation of loads, sensitive loads to a different branches which are fed from these separate feeders, you can improve the power quality to a some extent. What is the next technique? The next technique is nothing but what? Using separating or segregating sensitive loads. By separating or segregating sensitive loads on different branch circuits, by separating sensitive loads on different branch circuits which are fed from separate feeders, So these are some of the techniques which are used to reduce the power quality problems and which helps in improving the power quality to a certain extent. What is the first thing? by using the compensation techniques, I can improve the power quality. What are the different types of compensation techniques we have? Active technique and passive techniques. What is the meaning of both the techniques? I am using both the techniques, nothing but I am using filter in both the techniques. But the thing is nothing but the filter which is used in the active technique is nothing but what? Pulse width modulation active filter, and the filter circuit which is used in case of a passive technique is nothing but shunt inductor capacitor filter. And passive technique can also be used for the power factor correction, that is nothing but by using some switching capacitors here. That is the first technique. And coming to the second technique, I can improve the power quality by using surge and lighting protection in a particular system. So in order to protect the surge and lighting, if you take a particular care on protecting the surges and also the lighting effect, you can improve the power quality to a certain level. And next thing is nothing but reducing harmonics. If I want to reduce the harmonics, reducing the harmonics is nothing but increasing the efficiency of the system directly. So in order to reduce that and in order to improve the power quality, I am using harmonics rated circuit breakers. I am using what? Harmonics rated circuit breakers. Or I am using a well designed panel boards. Or else I can use a well designed panel boards. Or else I can use a good regulated transformers. Or else I can use what? Good regulated transformers. And what is the next one? So I can improve the power quality to a certain extent by taking a super quality material. So not a low quality material, super quality material. That is nothing but if I am choosing a conductor, I need to take the conductor depending upon the capacity of the current what is flowing in it. So by choosing a material of super quality also, I can improve the power quality to a certain level. And what is the next point? By increasing the size of a conductor or by choosing a material in such a way that which leads to the oversize of a phase conductor. That is increasing the size of a conductor is nothing but indirectly minimizing the voltage drop of a particular line. So if the voltage drop of that particular line is negative, what is the efficiency of that line? The efficiency of that line will be increased to a maximum extent. So this is one of the method which can be used to improve the power quality. And what is the last method we have here? Segregating or separating sensitive loads on branch circuits. So I am going to separate different loads on different circuits with respect to the feeders what they are connected. So I am going to separate the loads connected to the different branches which are connected to a separate feeder here. So by using this technique also I can mitigate the problems, or else I can improve the power quality to a certain extent. Now we will move to the next topic, that is power quality monitoring. Now we will move to the next topic, that is what? Power quality monitoring. Before going to discuss about this technique, that is power quality monitoring topic, what is power quality? Power quality is nothing but which mainly refers to the quality of supply voltage. Which mainly refers to what? Quality of supply voltage. That is, if I want to monitor the power quality level, I need to monitor the levels of voltage and current. According to the definition of a power quality. What is the first point we are discussing in case of a power quality monitoring? Power quality monitoring system monitors the quality of voltage and current. Which is produced by a power plant. Power plant is nothing but what? Which is used to produce some amount of power. If the quality of voltage and current produced by that power plant is monitored, then the technique is called what? That is called as power quality monitoring. Power quality monitoring is the one which monitors the quality of voltage and current. Which monitors the quality of voltage and current produced by a power plant. Monitoring the voltage levels and the current levels which are produced in a power plant is nothing but this gives you the power quality monitoring. power quality monitoring. And what is the main reason? What is the main reason in order to employ power quality monitoring? That is, if I am not monitoring the levels of voltage and current, if I am not monitoring the voltage levels and current levels which are produced in a power plant, what happens? What happens? Whether it leads to any disadvantages or what are the effects or consequences if we are going to face if we are not monitoring the voltage levels and current levels of a system. Fine. Power quality monitoring is mainly employed to decrease plant and customer downtime. To decrease power quality monitoring, it is mainly employed to decrease the downtime of a plant. To decrease the downtime of a plant or customer. So, in order to minimize the downtime of a particular plant or else a particular customer, we are going to employ a power quality monitoring, or else it is also employed to optimize the quality of electricity. It is also employed to optimize the quality of electricity delivered. It is also employed to optimize the quality. So optimization of power can be done by using this power quality monitoring technique. Power quality monitoring technique. What is the first point? It is mainly used to monitor the levels of what? Voltage and current. Not only monitor the levels of voltage, it is mainly employed to optimization of electricity. In order to optimize the levels of electricity, I am using this power quality monitoring technique. Power quality monitoring technique. We will move to the next point now. This power quality monitoring technique mainly allows the plants to perform energy management. It mainly allows power plant. It mainly allows the power plant for energy management. It mainly allows the power plant for energy management. Not only energy management, it is also used for what? Quality control. Allows the plant for what? Energy management, quality control. Energy management and quality control, which saves the money. We will move to the next point. A good quality system will also improve the performance and efficiency. A good quality system will also improve the performance, efficiency, and also the life of a power generating equipment. So what is the first topic? This topic indicates power quality monitoring is nothing but what? Monitors the levels of voltage and current. And what is the main reason to employ the power quality technique? It is mainly employed to decrease the downtime of a customer, and it is also used for the optimization of electricity. It is also mainly employed for what? Optimization of electricity. And what is the main reason to have this power quality monitoring is nothing but it allows the system, it allows the power generating plants. It allows the power generating plants for the energy management, and also to control the quality and also the quality control. What happens if it allows for the energy management and quality control, which will save the money directly, indirectly. And coming to the next point, a good system, a good quality system, that is which has a quality of voltage and current, which has a quality of voltage and current, will also improve a good quality system. A good quality system will also improve the performance. A good quality system will improve the performance, efficiency, life of the equipment which are connected in a system. So if we are monitoring the power quality, that is if you are monitoring the quality of the voltage and current which is produced by the power plant, we can indirectly increase the factors called efficiency, which in turn increases the life of the power generating equipment. But nowadays, in order to monitor the power quality, they are using a selective telecommunication levels. Or else they are using some computer equipment that will not utilize the PQM or PWM. Nowadays, many users are having selective telecommunication equipments in order to monitor the power quality levels. That is, in order to monitor the quality of voltage and current, nowadays many end users are having selective telecommunication equipments, or they are using a computer equipment which will not utilize the modulation techniques. So this is regarding the remedies which are used to improve the power quality, and also the how to monitor the power quality levels with respect to the voltage and power quality of a